Yo, what up boys, this is Mosen here for MTA number 13 for the 17th of August 2018. And the topics are gold farming tips again, I think it's 5, gold farming tips 5, classic WoW forever, and favorite classic dungeon. Let's jump into the first or the last one. Classic WoW dungeons first. And by the way, we are still here on the fresh dream. And I will try to boost my professions a bit here. Got stuff to make something out of. Favorite classic dungeon, and it's from Reddit. Posted by Darrrowshire. And yeah, the title speaks for itself. Which one was your favorite non-raid instance in the good old days? For me, it was Sunken Temple, no question about it. The place had a great atmosphere, and it being a maze made it feel like it was actually some place where you are not welcome. Even the way of getting in set the tone perfectly. When someone says dungeon, I think of Sunken Temple. Which one was your pick? And this is actually a fun one. Let me know what yours is. And I would probably have to agree with Treasure 33333 and BRD. For me personally, BRD is one of the better ones. And that's because, you know, it's been such a big place where a lot of stuff happens, and he also says that you know, it's such an insanely huge place really, and there's so much stuff to do. You can get your fire resistance enchants there, or the parts for it, and what else, you know, there's a lot of BIS items in there. The place is huge, a lot of detail in it. I mean, just imagine from where you go in, just the whole area before you go in even, and then you go in and there's like the whole prison, right? And just the prison is so big that you know, all the places in between, a lot of detail in there. And then you go upstairs and get into the bastion of the Dark Iron Dwarves, and then there's the left side of the bastion where this fat magma guy is. I don't know what his name was, Belgar or whatever. And it's just such a huge place. And basically, he, you know, Treasure says that there's so much stuff to do in there, and there's so many different runs in there too. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do for your professions there. The whole dungeon feels so big and basically deep for me personally also, that it was just a really epic feeling. At the end you have this, you know, have the Emperor that can actually drop Iron Foe, an epic item, you know, the epic mace, and good loot, and I don't know, just for me personally it really is a cool dungeon, I really must say. Another one that comes really close for me though is probably Stratholme. It's also just such a huge place with so much detail and so many possibilities. All the stuff that you can do in there, you know, and also like if you're a little bit into lore, you know, the whole lore behind Stratholme is just awesome as well. For me, I think it's one of the better dungeons. And probably, yeah, Strat might even rank higher than BRD for me, just because BRD gets quite annoying also if you're just making a lot of runs. For me also, probably Upper Blackrock Spire is one of the better ones as well. Those would probably be my top 3. Just because I just remembered Ubers being, what it is since I started WoW, and I remember going in there for, to farm my dungeon set, and that's what people did back in the day, right? There was not so much min-maxing, and so I like Ubers really, very, very much, and the rent event was something cool. It was really, really hard back in the day if you would actually make it, or if your healers would be and then Drakisad. Yeah, it was probably those 3: Strat, UD, and Live, both really cool. Like the whole Strat thing. Just also a lot of people don't know that there's these mailboxes in there, and there's actually a set dropping from those summoned bosses from the mailboxes, and the set is a blue postmaster set. All kind of funny things. If you put it all together, there's a lot of stuff to do, and yeah, I don't know. Let me know what your favorite dungeons are. Mine definitely these 3. I never liked Scholomance that much. I really gotta say, I just don't enjoy doing Scholomance. Just because there's so much, I don't know, it's such a small place, but you always have to go down to the basement there, and I don't know, I get the key to get on with it, and I don't know. Which other ones? Let's just go through them real quick while we are online here. We got Lower Black, LBRS. Actually, not such a bad place. But if you really want to be fast, running it really takes a lot of time, and there's a lot of detail in there as well. But the drops are just quite shitty, except for at the start of a server. Yeah, you can get the recipe for fire protection potions. Stratholm, as I said, Scholomance, Diremol. I really don't like Diremol. I don't know, maybe that's different for other people. Sunken Temple was alright, Farrak alright. Maraudon, I really like Maraudon too. Olderman can be cool. You have a somewhat alright group. Scarlet Monastery was always pretty cool. I'm still dreaming of that Scarlet Monastery raid in content patches for vanilla. But it's probably never gonna happen. Razor from Crawl, Nomergan sucks. Oh my. Stockade, Black Feather Deep, Shadowfang Keep, Dead Mines, Wailing Caverns. Yeah, Shadowfang Keep is pretty cool too. Yeah, those are probably the ones. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, and maybe I'm missing something that made another dungeon cool. But I'm pretty sure Strat, BRD, Ubers would be my top 3. Classic WoW forever? Question mark. And it comes from Neve Cohen. 101. And he says, hello there, I was just wondering, when Classic WoW will be released, do you think the Classic servers will remain like forever? I really hope so. I don't have intention to play any other expansion. And of course people start with telling him that it's sad to crush his dreams, but probably, or a lot of people would like to have TBC servers added after the vanilla experience, so that basically your character stays stays on a vanilla realm, and then after that he or you get a copy of that character onto a TBC realm, so that people can choose to stay on a vanilla realm and then move on to a TBC realm, just like many of the projects before Classic planned on doing. And then some people go on, if you go through the thread, some people go on to say that there's not actually many people that really want to play Classic, to which then, of course, people reply that this is absolutely not true. The amount of people playing on Wrath servers and TBC servers, or are waiting to play them whenever they get shut down again, are immense as well. And I would probably agree, there's always a lot of it's been a lot of hype, at least for TBC. For Wrath, probably also quite a bit. Anything after Wrath, not so much, I don't think. And that's mainly because LFD came in and Cataclysm and LFR came in, and that is pretty close to the retail stuff that we have at the moment. But yeah, classic WoW forever. What also is being said is that people want to remove flying mounts apparently, and I find that rather the no change faction will probably cry out in tears. I don't really mind, but probably shouldn't take away the flying from TBC because it was just such a big part of it. But also classic source of forever. That is a question that also regarding the topic of seasons. Do people want to have seasons, just like in Diablo, for example, where you play and let's just say there's a server launching and then everyone's having fun, and all of a sudden the season is over. Right, and the next is cleared, and after 4 months of cleared Nax, the season resets and the whole server resets, and everything you have is gone, and your characters are gone, and you have to redo them, remake them, and that would probably be a really terrible idea for World of Warcraft, if you ask me. And I don't know what you guys think, but. Oh, jeez. And I just don't think that would make sense. I can see new servers coming out, but that also strongly depends on how they're gonna, how the whole basic concept of the classic servers are going to be. If it is going to be possibility A, that they're actually doing the seasons, which I don't think they will, because people will cry so hard that never are they going to do that. So the season option A, the seasons reset and you have to do everything again. Option B, Nex is cleared on a server, and then that's just how it will stay forever, until no one plays that server anymore, I guess, or people just stay on it, or people play more alts and PvP or whatever. Or option 3, and this is probably the one that I would look forward to the most, is that they let the server roll until Nax is cleared, and then they would add extra content in vanilla style, right? No garbage, but just like in the style of vanilla. Let's say they open up, they take the zone Hygel and remake the or put content in there that is actually designed for Nex, after Nex stuff. Whether it's a raid, it's a PvP zone, it's a daily quest zone, I don't know, or a profession zone, or a mix, or has a new dungeon and PvP, or world PvP zone that actually matters, not these silly towers. I don't know, but they add some sort of content, maybe possibly even a new raid. It was debated, and that would probably be my favorite option. Or if they would just, that's option 4, everything stays how it is, and they add TBC servers. I'm not so sure if they would actually go into TBC. I'm really not sure if they would, if they know that a lot of people would like this. I'm pretty sure they're focused on the vanilla side of things at the moment. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the state of the servers after Nax is cleared. Do you want extra content? Do you want everything to stay after it and be like stale forever? Do you want world events in there after everything's done? Right? It's a good question, because if you play on a server and the Nax is cleared, is it gonna be like on the private server community that the server just dies out after 2 months after Nax is cleared, and then everyone starts on a fresh one again? Because that, I don't know, the whole concept doesn't really make sense to me. I get that sometimes you want to start over again, but there should be something coming after Nax that you know, people that are interested in some extra content after it can stay on the server and do it. And people that are saying, hey, that wasn't part of vanilla, I'm just going to start in the fresh one again, and I'm going to quit after Nax again. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Pretty interesting. And let's jump right into the gold farming tip number 5. There's 2 really cool ones, new ones. And this one might not sound so spectacular, but it's actually the favorite thing of a lot of people that I've been talking to. And it's the almighty Strat UD farm, or just Strat in general. I talked about the Strat life side of things already, but here's the thing that I usually do, and it's probably for people that are, or probably for fresher servers, I guess. Not the servers that are really advanced, because there's a lot of options that you can do, or you can just farm Black Lotus and sell it on an advanced server. But on a very fresh server, there's not many opportunities you have. Maybe you don't have many recipes in your professions either. So what you want to do is you want to completely, you want to get a group of people that you trust, that you know a little bit, and you want to tell them the concept. Hey, we're going to farm Strat live now in a 5-man, right? Or maybe even a 4-man, you know, also possible. If you have a decent bunch, and you want to completely empty out your bags before you go. That's very important, because otherwise you're not going to get much out of it. And then you would want to farm Strat UD until your eyes bleed, basically. And you want to do that preferably when you still need a lot of things from there, because Strat UD has a lot of bosses. Strat in general has a lot of bosses, and a lot of green, and also a lot of blue drops. So if you take an enchanter or disenchanter with you, that's probably really good. And you can DE most of the stuff. That's A. And there's these crates standing at the side of the roads all the time. And sometimes there's insects in it. If you have a dwarf, you can actually see which ones are proper ones and which ones are fake. And in those crates, there's a lot of potions that you can actually sell or keep for yourself. And a lot of gray weapons. And those gray weapons actually sell for, I think if it's a 2-hand something, it sells for like 2 gold something. And a lot of cloth, and the trash mobs drop a lot of things, like, you know, you can even sell the night crawlers to fishers. And there's so much stuff dropping there. You don't need to buy food, you save that. It's just an overall, you know, a good place to grind stuff that you can either sell directly to vendor, you can make shit out of it, you don't have to buy food, you can get Stratholme Unholy Water for a Nefarian fight or Naxxramas and save it on the bank or something. You can get I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can get. You know, world epics can drop, a lot of blues can drop. You can farm your dungeon sets, you can farm your bis items, and just to create potions, not to speak of anything like that. So if you're really uncreative of how to farm gold, gather a squad that you know you enjoy playing with, and just do it 4 times, you know, a day, and you'll get so fast with doing the dungeon. Also, you can get the abomination stitchings from for your enchants, or leg and head enchants later, and you have a chance on the Barrow Mount. And so just get a 5-man group that you enjoy playing with, and you know they aren't shitters, and farm it. You'll get really fast in farming the content, and you get a lot of stuff out of it. Especially if you're taking an enchanter, and you get that sweet greater eternal essence out of your greens, and then either everyone keeps what they get, or everyone, you know, throws the DE stuff into a pot, and then you divide it by the people you do it with. That is going to be it for 13, MTA 13. Thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, I'm streaming this cow right here on the way to 60. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.